Thank you for joining me today on Press Day for Fast Charlie.
Thank you.
Available on streaming, digital, on demand, and it's also available at the theaters today. So I watched it.
Correct.
I watched it last night. I liked it. I was just telling Samantha a few minutes ago. The action, the thriller, kind of reminds me like those. Remember those like mid '90s action type of movies? That's what this reminded me of. What's your thoughts
Yeah,
on
I
this?
agree. I agree. And it also marries quite a few genres, right? There's the thriller, the action, the character driven, and a little camp, I would say, in there as well.
Mhm. What are you hoping for with the viewers tuning to watch this? What are you hoping to get out of this film?
I hope they enjoy it. It's a really lovely journey. You got these two or more people who are sort of at the same crossroads in their lives. Marcy just really wants to be left alone and sort of, is dealing with repercussions of her past and trying to start over. And Charlie's similarly kind of ready for a break and move on and retire from being a hitman. And then, of course, there's always the last job that goes wrong.
How would you describe Marcy, this film, like her journey, like from the beginning?
I think she's, somebody of meager means, and she gets herself tied up with the wrong guy and is trying to rebuild her life. She's smart. She's kind of no BS person,
Mm,
and she's had enough. And she's really at a point where, it kind of is really great to see these two characters together because she's not going to take any crap from him, but also knows smartly that she needs to get this done in order to be able to move on. And then what ends up happening is this sort of connection between the two characters that is very unexpected. Um, you see that they're both decent people, that Charlie's actually a decent guy. And he's got a very troubled past that he's outrunning as well. And the vulnerabilities in both characters really collide and complement each other. I think that, there's also some very funny, genuinely funny moments with other characters. The Sharon Glass character, my ex-husband's mom, is phenomenal. And I think it's a very rich, rich world.
mm. This movie's an adaptation from Gun Monkeys. Is your character in the book? Did you like go back to see if you could read it, get an idea how you wanted to play this character?
Yeah, I did. I didn't have a ton of time. I was cast quite late in the process. Um, and for me, I was focused more obviously on the present script and what it meant to be a taxidermist, a woman from New Orleans, and her background. And but I looked back at the book to sort of see the foundation of the connection between the two characters, and it's all
Yeah.
in there. She is in fact a taxidermist. Um, the age gap isn't quite as large in the book as in the film, and I think that we wanted to handle that aspect of it quite gently and not have it be the usual tropes with romance in regards to romance in this relationship. And I think that Philip did a really good job of adapting the film to me being cast in it,
Mm,
and I think I love that there's a possibility here for these characters to be together, but it's also not what drives their connection to each other.
yeah.
But yes, the character is very much in the book. But as with any adaptation to a film, you have to kind of, work it into the story.
Mm. As this character, any challenges playing this character? Did you find it easy?
I mean, no character is easy.
Yeah.
I definitely connected with her a lot. The sort of difficulty and vulnerability, but also, having a troubled past, but wanting peace and resolution, I think is something that we can all kind of, we've all made mistakes in our lives and we all want a
Mm,
chance to start over. And I think that's something that I identified with. And also, um, I liked that, it wasn't necessarily easy um, to play somebody that was complicated, but also needed to feel involved in the story. I couldn't just like shut down her accessibility. Otherwise, you can't connect with that character. She's a taxidermist, which is something I've never played before. That was really cool
mm.
to kind of find out about the ins and outs of what that actually means. It's quite, I found out, like interesting art form, and there's a lot that goes into creating preserving these dead animals. And I had a really good time kind of researching that aspect of it.
Speaking of, we're talking about Charlie, also is played by Pierce Brosnan. How was it working with him and connecting with each other for this role?
Man, he's such an amazing person. I loved meeting him. I loved working with him. He's, a class act movie star, but also a very accessible, very sweet, hardworking person. We developed a really nice rapport on set together, and his ability to just be open, and want to discuss character and story and work on things was so rewarding and so lovely. There was none of that BS movie star crap, and he was really like down in the trenches with all of us, and deeply cared about the film and his character. So it was really like the best scenario I could ask for.
This movie was written by Richard Wank and directed by Tyler Noyce. How was it collaborating now with these two on set?
Philip Noyce.
Yeah.
Yes, he's. Yeah, I mean, Richard wasn't on set as much. I think I met him once. Philip is a master. He's been making movies since he was like 18 years old in Australia. I've loved his films. Rabbit Proof Fence is one of my all-time favorite films. I knew I was in good hands there. He also has an incredible passion for his vision and what he does, and he really kept this train on the tracks. It's really difficult doing an independent film. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of freedom to, creatively, you have more freedom, I guess, in the studio film in regards to directing, but he just really didn't have a lot of resources at his disposal. And he made magic with what we had and was just so dedicated. And it was clearly so important to him to tell the story. And it was really, really lovely to be a part of that vision with him.
Amazing. Morena, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today on press day for Fast Charlie, and I'm hoping for everybody to go watch this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.